The ceremony started with testimonies of survivors this Friday morning at the Gisozi Genocide Memorial in Kigali, just after the traditional lighting of the flame of remembrance by the president, followed by his speech. Paul Kagame argued that Rwanda cannot ignore the violence and hate speech that persists nearby, a reference to the conflict in neighboring DRC. He also addressed the many diplomats present, saying that the international community had turned its back on Rwandans during the massacres. This ceremony also brings us closer to the 30 years of commemorations that will take place next year in 2024.
La commémoration a la même signification.
The commemoration ceremonies bear the same weight whether they're held a decade, 2 decades or 3 decades after the tragedy. The only difference is the duration, because almost 30 years on does feel slightly different. You imagine someone who's killed at 10 years old. She or he would now be turning 40 years old and be a father or mother. When we think of these victims, we must reflect on the future that was snatched away from them.
For 100 days until June 3rd, ceremonies will continue across the country. A unique atmosphere unfolds here in the capital with parties, weddings, sports competitions and concerts prohibited during the first week. On a final note, associations of survivors are saying that these commemorations are essential for passing memories to the next generation. Now, 29 years after the massacre, only 60% of Rwandans alive today were born after the genocide.